I, teen female, and my mother's 35, only daughter she has from her previous marriage. She has 3 children, the rest being 18 and younger teen boys. This is important to know. Last week, my mom was talking with one of her friends about the color she wanted the bridesmaids' dresses to be. My mom had been planning this wedding with her new boyfriend for the past 2 months or so. They've been engaged for about 1 year. The wedding is in December, the day before my birthday. My mom and I have been planning a party for me around the same time she was for the wedding. She insisted it was all right and that our boyfriend and her would go on their honeymoon the next day. While walking, I asked her when we would look for my dress, since she had asked me to be the flower girl. I could see the disappointed look on her face when I asked her, which confused me. However, she responded a few minutes later and said, "We'll talk about it later." A few hours later, my mom came to me. I thought she was going to talk about the dress situation, but instead she sat me down and explained how her new boyfriend thought it'd be a better fit for their 3 daughters to lead the wedding. Whatever, I was cool with that. But it's important to note that my mom has always wanted all girls. I was a girl, but I had looked too much like my father, which caused a strain in our relationship. My dad explained to me how my mother had postpartum when she had me and couldn't connect with me because of it. So when she gave birth to my 3 younger step-siblings, who all looked like her, triplets young girls, she was overjoyed. It hurt to see, but I was happy for her. My brothers had a similar experience, but were significantly better because they looked more like her. I know this is an overdramatic thing, but sometimes I feel like my mother doesn't feel as connected with me at birth because I was a letdown right out of the gate. After she was done, I asked her again about the dress because I still didn't have one. Again, that same disappointed look on her face came before telling me I wasn't invited to the wedding, simply because her boyfriend thought it would upset his family because I was from my mom's previous marriage and he didn't like my dad. So she also explained that my birthday isn't happening either because he wants to go on their honeymoon immediately. It became a screaming match with me yelling, "I'm sorry I don't look like you enough for you to love me. I'm sorry you were too vain to get over the fact that I look like my dad." Her boyfriend kicked me out within the same hour because she had cried to him about what I said. All my brothers know what happened and have now refused to go to the wedding, which upset her even more, though I don't care about how she feels right now. My brothers had an actual relationship with her, and I probably just messed it up by letting my anger get the best of me. My brothers were only invited because her boyfriend likes them, and his family getting angry that I'd be there was an excuse to exclude me. As for my dad, he's been threatening to call CPS, but I've talked him out of it because I don't want to get the 3 girls involved, despite there being no relationship. Am I the idiot? Edit. I live with my dad full time. There isn't any custody agreement that I know of. I usually visit mom of my own free will or when she asks me to come over, so I'm not obligated to go over there. My parents were only married 2 years prior to having my second brother, divorcing after his birth. They dated after the divorce to make up with each other, but it didn't work out, but they had me. Not the idiot. Honey, you did not mess up the brothers and mom relationship. She's the one who chose to exile you from her wedding. She's the one who lied about your birthday. Your brothers are responding to the choices she had control of. They know she's 100% wrong. They also know you don't deserve any of this. Trust them to know their hearts. They love you. I'm relieved that at least the siblings took her side. Not the idiot in any way, shape, or form. This makes me so sad for you. On the other hand, your mom and her fiance are major idiots. She's choosing a man over her child just because you don't look like her. Your mother's behavior is inexcusable. I teared up a little reading this. She doesn't have a mom. She has an egg donor. My heart is literally breaking for you. Please be proactive and tell everyone before she has a chance to spin it. Then send out invites for your birthday on the same day as her wedding. Yeah, and the idea that they would plan their wedding for the day before OP's birthday means they deliberately intended to permanently obliterate OP's birthday as a celebration day in their lives. They had 363 other days to choose from. Why that day? Sweetheart, spend your birthday with your dad and brothers. Hopefully you're old enough to choose whether or not to see your mom where you live. Please don't think this is about you. It's not. Don't let her toxic behavior get into your head. We can't choose our family, but we have the choice to allow them into our lives. So my teen female parents, both 52, and I moved to a new house, and it's basically a multi-family home. We're going to live on the first floor, and my parents know the owners who also live in the house. The owners are very religious Muslims and modest. On moving day, I decided to wear leggings and a shirt. It showed my curves, but it didn't show skin. Anyway, my mom told me I should cover up from now on and try not to walk out in shorts, etc., because they're a religious family and we have to be mindful of them. I told her no, because I don't care what they think about me, since we pay $2,000 in rent. I should be able to wear whatever I want. And it's not like I wear super revealing stuff, just typical stuff, like tights and crop tops sometimes in the summer. My dad also agreed with me. My mom said the owners somewhat hinted at this when renting, which is why we should listen to not start problems. I told her I don't care about anyone's beliefs and that it's my right to wear whatever I want. I respect everyone's beliefs, but I won't let it interfere with my life. I mean, why would I? We're not doing anything illegal, and it's not nudity. I don't care if it offends them because it's not like they're doing charity. We're paying them to live there. I asked my Muslim friends about it, and they think I'm being a jerk because sometimes, if Muslim men see a woman like that, they need to lower their gaze. Mind you, the family has 6 men and they're adults, but I just feel like if they need to do that, they can lower their gaze and not look at me. Plus, I'm a minor, so they shouldn't be looking at me anyway. So why do I need to stop being comfortable in my home just in case they knock or I need to throw out the trash? Am I the idiot for being like this? Not the idiot. Religious freedom means being able to wear certain clothes that align with your religion. Conversely, religious oppression means forcing others to wear certain clothes based on their religion. You're not a Muslim, and your family pays rent to live in the place, so you shouldn't have to dress to suit their requirements. That's the point. You, OP, aren't Muslim. You don't need to live your life in a way that doesn't suit you and you don't believe in. They make you abide by their religious rules and restrictions. You're free to do as you will. Your parents' rent payment for living there doesn't entitle the landlord to dictate what you wear or what you believe. And the landlords will have a lawsuit on their hands if they try to push the issue. They can't tell you to abide by the rules of their religion any more than a vegetarian landlord could say to you that you can't eat meat in the house that you rent from them. It's okay to be courteous, and it sounds like you are. You aren't hanging out on their porch in a bikini or anything, but telling you not to wear normal clothes is ridiculous. Does your mom abide by this as well, or does she only push it on you? I wonder if OP's mom is soft converting. She's trying to get her family slowly on board with conversion, and that's why she was okay with the move. It sounds like OP's dad didn't know about this little agreement Mom and the landlords had, or he might have pushed back on the arrangement completely. OP, be ready to move once the lease is up. I, 27 female, live alone. I'm a fairly quiet person in my opinion. I also work around 8 a.m., so I like to get to sleep at a decent time. This all happened Friday night. It was around 8 p.m. when I started hearing super loud music, and I didn't think much of it. People can play their music loudly at that time. The noise ordinance here doesn't start until 10 p.m., so knock yourself out. Well, the noise got louder around 10 p.m. It was so loud I could hear it with my windows closed and my TV on. So I just put the TV up higher and figured it might be done soon. Around 11:30 p.m., I decided I wanted to go to bed. It was still super loud and they started setting off fireworks. Fireworks are illegal in my state. At this point, I was frustrated and couldn't sleep. So around 12 a.m., I called the non-emergency line. They got there around 20 minutes later. They stopped the party and fined my neighbor for the noise complaint and the fireworks. The next day, my neighbor came to talk to me while I was outside. They told me they knew I called the police the prior night and told me about the fines and how I should pay for them since I called the cops without contacting them directly. I said absolutely not, and they got angry and called me an idiot. I don't really know my next-door neighbors. I've never talked to them besides saying hi in passing, and this is why I didn't just talk to them directly. I do feel bad they got fined. That wasn't my intention. I just wanted the cops to ask them to lower the noise. So, am I the idiot? LOL, what kind of entitled idiot breaks the law and expect someone else to pay the fine. Not the idiot OP. It wasn't 10:05. It was after midnight. It's not your job to get dressed, go over to a party you weren't invited to, get yourself in danger to tell them to observe the law. Amen. Especially if everybody's been drinking. A single young woman alone, approaching a large group of drunk people who still want to party? Absolutely not. They should get fines again for even thinking you should pay their fines. If possible, get some cameras because they sound like the type that want to get even. You also had no way of knowing they would be fined. Sometimes cops just tell them to shut up. Other times the cops fine them. It's up to the cops. I've had to call the cops 3 times one night to finally make my neighbors stop blasting insanely loud music at night. Big party on a random weeknight. I assume they didn't get fined until the 3rd visit. OMG, the nerve those people have to ask you to pay for it. They were breaking an ordinance, so you let the authorities handle it. Also, setting off fireworks is dangerous in a populated area, and they were being loud jackasses. Please, next time, don't admit you're the one who called. It could have been anyone. Call the cops again for harassment and see how they like it. The whole story takes place a year ago. I, male 22, broke up with my then girlfriend, 21, after a 3-year relationship because things weren't working out for me. After a couple of weeks, I met someone who would become my current girlfriend, 20. I wasn't expecting nor searching for anything, but it just clicked between us, and I fell really hard for her. So a month later, we were officially dating. Being in class with some mutual friends of my ex, I knew sooner or later they'd know I was seeing someone, but I was excited to share those feelings with my friends. So one day, I told them. They both seemed really happy for me and made me promise to introduce my new girlfriend to them. All was going well until they saw my ex a couple of days later. They told her everything I said to them, including some details which should have been spared, like how I never felt this happy with her and how all these positive emotions were a first time for me. And my ex was really upset. She told them they had to choose friendship with her or with me. They chose her, and frankly, I wasn't even mad because it all seemed pretty childish. The part that I made the post for is when they came to me to talk about what happened and basically lectured me, saying I had been an idiot because in theirs and my ex's opinion, I should have informed her that I had a new relationship and that it had been really immature on my side not doing so. I've never heard of someone informing their ex of a new partner, so to this day, I find it really weird to expect someone to do so, but a third friend confirms I should have. So, am I the idiot? Not the idiot. What part of ex does everyone not understand? An ex doesn't need to be informed about the new relationship. You've moved on, and she has no right to bother you about it. They're just making up a reason to be mad with you. If you had told her, they'd be crying about how mean you were to rub your new relationship in her face. Hopefully you dropped the dead weight at the time and have never looked back. Yes, those friends are drama llamas trying to stir up trouble for their gossipy entertainment. The only time you need to tell an ex that you're seeing someone is if you share custody of a child, which it doesn't sound like you all do, so it's none of her business. The friends aren't friends. That's why it was so easy for them to cave and choose ex. Trash took itself out. Yay! I, 20 male, got 3 VIP tickets to see an artist, a popular person. I won't be giving a name because I don't want people asking me how I got them. The tickets were really hard to get, and I plan to take my girlfriend, 20, and cousin, teen female, with me. They're both diehard fans of this artist, and I like the artist too. I told them both about it separately, and I remember telling my cousin that I had 3 tickets, but not who they were for. My cousin told her best friend, teen female, that she could come with her too because I had an extra ticket. I found out when I found them at an event hosted by her father 2 weeks before the event, and they were just streaming the albums and watching music videos. The best friend was super excited and thanked me very much. They were so happy, and I just couldn't bring myself to look that kid in the eyes and tell her, no, you can't have it. I knew that the friend had lost her mom and grandma a few months earlier, and I felt like I would be a horrible person for making her lose yet another thing that was important to her. I thought about letting my girlfriend take them, but my uncle and mom agreed absolutely not because they don't know her that well. Okay, so that's true, We've only dated for a few months. After my uncle left, my mom said to either take my cousin and her friend or tell the friend she couldn't come and take my girlfriend instead. It was a very difficult situation, and I didn't want to hurt innocent kids' feelings, so I made a hard decision and told my girlfriend she couldn't come. She was clearly upset but said she wasn't. I had hyped up the whole event for a few weeks, and she was so excited. She bought a new outfit and new jewelry and practiced her makeup and even the things she'd say on the day of the meet. I felt like crap the whole time I was watching her face fall and trying to pretend it was okay. My family says I did the right thing, and even she said that too, but I feel like trash, and I feel like something shifted between my girl and me. Am I the idiot for what I did to my girl? You are the idiot, OP, but you did your girlfriend a favor. Now she knows she can't count on you to keep your word to her, that she comes second place to some kid that you don't even know, and that you're ready to ditch her when your whoppingly entitled cousin speaks for you and tells her friend that, of course, said friend can have your extra ticket. Your girlfriend now also knows that you don't have the spine to confront a young teen and tell her that no, she was never promised your third ticket. No, she should not have told her friend that she could have it. Yes, she'll have to tell the friend herself. And yes, the friend probably will be angry at her. And them's the breaks when you pull a stunt like that. So, OP, are you still wondering why something has shifted between you and your girlfriend? Shifted? He'll be lucky if she doesn't break up with him over this. But even if she doesn't, their relationship will never be the same. The worst thing is that he left his girlfriend in a very uncomfortable position where she can't break up with him without looking selfish and childish. She'll have to wait for another mistake before breaking up, which shouldn't take long due to OP's maturity. I can't imagine a young teen cousin is stupid enough to think that he got an extra ticket for her to give away, but didn't bother telling her that she could invite a friend. It seems more like a manipulative move. Ask for forgiveness instead of permission, so OP would feel like he couldn't say no, which she succeeded at. And the fact that their family didn't instantly say something to her when they knew it wasn't hers to give shows that she's been allowed to act entitled for quite a while.